Alright, welcome back. So, there's already a skull emoji. Alright. Alright, this is from the Harvard MIT Invitational from this year. And basically what happens is you start with the numbers 1, 2 through 45. And in a move, you take the last two numbers and you stick them here in whatever order you want. What is this XKCD supposed to be? What? Why is it XKCD link already? And the question is, how quickly can you do this? Like, what's the fewest number of moves? And so the first thing is like, okay, well, 45. Oh, it's the nerd sniping one. I really should just memorize that ID number. That comment comes out so much. Like, you know, normally when you see the number 45 in a contest with year 2025, it's because 2025 is 45 squared. So either the answer is something related to that, which to make it thematic, or the authors are deliberately trying to screw me over, which I would not put past the kids these days. But we're going to do it for 3 first, where it takes a total of 1 move. So maybe that's not a good example. So for n equals 3, the answer is 1. Sorry, I should say the answer is 5, but I care about the number of moves. I think that's really what's going on. So I'm going to say n equals 3 is 1. That's fine. Meanwhile, for n equals 5, so I can take 2 at a time, right? So 5, oh geez. Now I can't do this just by looking. 3, 4, 5. I don't know if I want to... Okay, so after the first 2 moves, right, the point is you end up with something like this. And then after that, oh jeez. I should just get my hands dirty, right? So after 3 steps for n equals 5, I do actually have any of these. Any of these are possible, right? And then it's like this is next, and then this is next. And that's actually the worst possible situation. It's like this 3, 4. I was hoping I might be able to get it with this 5 here, but that won't happen. But I do really, when I'm writing in the slash notation, I do really have all the choices I want, right? Like I don't know if it always stays that way, but it seems like I do actually get any choice I want, right? Like I can actually achieve, so okay, there's 4. I might need to be a little careful, but I think right now it's still any of these are possible. Okay, actually, sorry. Well, once I get to this point, this is like, I'm gonna put these boxes like, oh Jesus Christ. This feels like I don't know what data structure I want to use. It's like these 2 could switch, these 2 could switch. Oh my god, wait, this is gonna take so many steps. What the heck? Even for 5 it takes this many? Because the problem is I just can't get the 5 and the 4 on... If I focus on just the positions of 5 and 4, it takes a while before they can get anywhere close to each other, right? Like, for... So why is n equals 3? Is it just 3 is small and it's weird? But like, okay. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I think the earliest that it's possible, and once I get 5 next to 4, I think 5 is small, and the case itself is small enough that it's okay. But if I push this one more, I'm gonna actually commit to a choice. So the next instance I can get 5 into this slot here is either either this 5 or this 5. If I do this one, if I go with this one, then I don't get a 4. So this one won't, this is slower than if I wait for this one. So if I take the 5 here instead, and I want to get it next to the 4. So okay, from here's the point of no return. All right, here I'm going to actually make a commit to something now. So we're going to do 3, 4, and I want this 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. So I'm going to actually pick the order. I'm going to pick the 3s first, or I'm going to. Okay, this is actually the given order, but it's okay. Wait, it's just a given order. No, wait, shit. The 5 is still blocked by 1. No, freaking. Oh, slight solution. Just wait for that to load. Ah. No. Okay. The point is, okay, I'm supposed to stick... Oh crap, did the browser crash? Yeah, crash the browser. Welp. Okay, this might interrupt the music for a bit, but I'm gonna restart my web browser. One moment, please. Alright. I don't know what happened there. Bear property. Studying for finals is overrated. I agree. Why do people study for final exams? Just like know what you're doing. Okay, yeah, I was not gonna get that. Switch solution. Okay, so sorry, what was I saying? I think the point is I need to stick this 1 2 5 1 2. And now I'm actually okay, right? This 5 will actually make it. Stick this, stick this. This is 5 4 3 2 1. So I'm gonna commit the numbers in so that I can make sure that I didn't fool myself with the slashes. Where's a good way to do that? What if I just write over the number with a highlighter? So we're gonna put a 5 here, which was this 5 here. And then it's that 5 here. And then this 5 1 2 is 2. Just like a 2 here. Then this is 1 1. Okay, and then 4 3. Dude, this notation is so disorienting. 4 3 2 1 4 3 2. Okay, so if I write these in blue for I'm gonna double check my work. Okay, so this is 8 moves. So 1 move. Alright, 3, okay. And this is actually optimal. So how do I feel about this? Do I think this is like... Okay, the other thing is, why is it 45? Like, I don't... Okay, do I believe that this gives me linear time-ish for every number? So I feel like this, I mean, now that I know in hindsight like what it was supposed to do, this doesn't seem like a very complicated pattern, right? Like if I do this for 1 through 7, like now I know what the optimal strategy was for 5, and this. The thing I wrote, the good thing is there's a unique way to achieve it. Like if there's a lot, if there's like a lot of equality cases, that actually makes it a little scarier. Actually, maybe that's not true. Depends on the problem. But the fact that there's a unique way to achieve it means that when I'm doing this experimentation, I get a lot better data. Like the pattern is like, you first take O of n. You take. I think that the construction should look like this, right? It's like 7, 2, 1, 4, 3, 6, 5, and then you move it over, and then in the example we put the 5 at the end. So in this example, 2 7, right? Okay, no, it's not linear. Right, there's no way that's linear, because the amount of distance between the 7 and the 6, or like the n, Oh, 45 was there for theming reasons? Wait, was there a theme to the problems? I wasn't paying attention. Oops, what happened to my audio? Hey! I need my background music! Just ignore it. Here, okay. It's very tempting because you know the answer, like, I think the answer is approximately quadratic, right? Hey, where'd my music go? Okay. You keep swapping 1 and 2, and therefore you can't actually get anywhere. Wait, what? Wait, is this not the unique way to get 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in 8 moves? Like, I thought I checked enough cases that I was able to prove this was optimal. Is the episode number the total number of streams you've done? More or less. Like, some streams are a little special, like they're not math, for example. Like, sometimes I just play Slay the Spire, and that doesn't increase the episode number. Also, this should be episode 162, not 161. I need to change that in the stream description. Okay, I'm confused now. I'm not supposed to... But this has to, like, the limiting factor for the n equals 5 situation was getting the 5 and the 4 next to each other, which took freaking forever. Well, maybe not the only limiting... Do nothing for 4 swaps and then swap 5 and 4. Am I crazy? Oh no, did I miss a case? No. You're saying I could have used this 5. Wait, what? No. Hang on. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, let me actually follow up on this comment properly. Alright, 3, 4. So you're saying if I had just done nothing, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Okay. I see. You're saying I could have used this 5, which is this 5, which is this 5. I mean, okay, so, alright. I was wrong. This is not the unique way to get it. Or, no. If I do this, then, that's probably a more natural equality case. Yeah, this is not good. Oh god, this might be one of those streams where I don't get anything. Which, I guess it's okay. It happens sometimes. This process is nice. Wait, no, this is slower, right? This takes more than 8 moves. Even if I, like, it's just now you can't... Well, okay. So the claim is, if I'm trying to use this 5 instead, can I do it in name of... 5, 4... No, it's just slower, right? Like the whole... No, this 5 would have ended up, wait. If I switch them, then it's like, it's following where the 3 is. It's like 3 here. Yeah, no, it's slower. This doesn't terminate in. This takes more than 8 moves. Aren't all these swapping problems related to permutation groups? All is a very strong claim. I mean, that does, like, I agree that's the obvious thing to look at, because, you know, you can say something about the number of inversions or whatever, but I don't... I don't have a good sense of what the... Would a 1-5-4-3-2 finish or 4-3-2-1-5 finish also work? But it would be slower, right? Am I crazy? Oh, okay, 4-3-2-1-5. Wait, sorry, did I say something wrong? Like, my claim right now is that I thought I did all the cases for n equals 8 and concluded that the fastest... This is the unique fastest... Sorry. I thought I did all the cases for n equals 5 and thought I concluded this is the unique way to do it in 8 moves. Am I mistaken? Because I don't think you can do it faster, right? Or, I don't think you can do it faster, and also I think this is the only way to do it in 8. And if either of those assertions is wrong, that would be really good to know. Because then I have to figure out where I made a mistake. And then... you can do better than 8. Okay, what did I fuck up? What? What did I miss? Like, this is the 4. Wait, where did I mess up? Like, I thought I couldn't... Like, I agree you can get the 5 faster, but if you use this as a 5, I could get here in 7 moves instead of 8. But do you not? Like, can you get the 4 and... Can I make a problem where you seem to only be looking for even K? Well, like, I agree that this 5, if you put 5 here, you can get here in 7 moves instead. But I thought I had the cases checked, and there's no way to get the 4 there fast enough. Right? Like, I agree you can get 5 here, but I don't think you can get 4 here at the same time. Doesn't have to get there? What do you mean doesn't have to get there? Did I misread the problem? I'm trying to reverse all the numbers, right? If K is odd... Oh, okay, I understand what you mean. K is not the time, K is the... Oh. Oh. I see. It's acceptable to... Oh. That's mean. That's just mean. Oh, okay. Sorry, I totally did not understand what you were saying the whole time because I just didn't. Oh, okay. For any odd integer, oh. So what's happening is K is even. You literally just you have one extra move called move the 5 to the end, or there's not, sorry, not 5. Move 1 to the end. Like 1, or hang on. No, wait, what is? An extra, yeah. Well, the point is that if your terminal thing is, if K is, yeah. Okay, oh, no, I see what you mean. That's rough. So that means you can do this. Okay, so the point is you can do it in like way less than... It is not even close. You can do it way less than 8 moves. Oh, it doesn't even have to be a permit. Like... So the point is there's two, it's really like there's two allowed end states ish up until it's like I'm allowed to 5 4 3 2 1 is one acceptable finish state, but what? Five, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's literally like sorry, 1 5 4 3 2 or 4 3 2 1 5. Yeah, these are the set of end states I'm trying to reach. It's not the moves that's the issue, it's the I didn't understand the target state. I agree that probably 4 3 2 1 5 isn't that useful. But also, oh my god, what a disaster. Oh, that's not good. That's really, really bad. Do I want to still keep doing this problem? I think I'm like, I don't know. Somehow I feel like I'm a lot less excited about this statement now, but there's presumably a reason that it's set this way. The thing is that like n equals 3 didn't end up using that, but n equals 5 really did. Okay, can I reach the end state faster? Oh, okay. I literally have 4 3 2 1 5 like written here. Like this is literally. So 6 moves. For if I stop here, that better be optimal. I don't believe you can do it less than 6. Because if I want to stop here, it doesn't work. Like I don't. No. Yeah. No. Yeah. 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 So. Yeah. Yeah, end states is not the right way to do it. I agree. I shouldn't think about it in terms of end states. In which case, what do I do instead? What involves... Don't pay attention, n equals 3. I figured that was weird, yeah. Hmm. Hmm. What? Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. You can make a problem request, but I probably won't actually work on it unless it's super exciting because usually I prioritize the ones that got voted for. Sometimes if I look at the problem, I'm like, oh, I have to do it. I'll do it, but usually that doesn't happen. Yeah, this is not. Hmm. Bro, can you be like Terrence Tao? What does that mean? Probably not. uh, can I've tried. What did it like? Numbers don't keep moving. Yeah, I don't know. Suppose you, God, had to visualize this, but you were lazy. Terrence has a YouTube? Oh man. What does he talk about? I'm so curious now. Oh, that looks like actually serious math. So not what I'm doing. Oh, this is a. Oh, I saw a talk like this when he was. Where? What is this? I don't know where I'm going with this. Oh. Oh, right. I need to... There's a patch I need on my dot files because the... No, but... Right. Right, I forgot that there's something wrong. There's a regression with the latest Q browser. That's why I crashed again. Oh, I might actually watch this. I've been curious about him for a bit. Right, I need to restart the browser. I need... Oh shoot. At least take a look. I mean... No, absolutely not. I recognize that problem because we rejected it from team selection tests for being way too hard. So, no. Okay, we're not doing that on stream. The problem is really good, but I happen to know something about a solution. I also know that there's no way I can do that in the stream setting. That one is actually... Oh, yeah, okay. I believe this one is stream feasible because it sounds like it's one of those short solutions where it's like there's a process... Well, I mean, you guys have basically told me at this point that there's a more natural way to view the process, and then once you see it, then you just execute it. Oh, I just don't know what that is. Anyways, I drew a circle. I don't know why. If I just swap the numbers... I need a way to think about moving around this right. Yeah, but I'm probably not going to see it. Can I just say that? No, it's fine. What do you think about that crossword puzzle? I mean, statement looks super cool. It's a tough problem, and also, like... Well, it was quite nice. Like, it's like, oh. No problem. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm still busy trying to deal with this thing. Like, I don't think I want to see the... Like, I need a way so... I agree that the problem is the numbers keep moving. And... Right, because the... Mm-hmm. Can I either stay on the line or I can do like that or something like that? Or I should look at something like that. I look at AI minus I instead. Then what does the condition end up being? It's like... Well, okay. If I look at the deltas, it's kind of like... I can make this grid, alright? And there's like... Well, okay, the annoying thing is that it's odd, but... Well, I could just have two copies. Like, have some initial seed, like, two, like, 10 things in the top row, and then... So did my music stop again? Okay, yeah, I feel like I should be looking at deltas rather than whatever. And how can you compact your old visualization? What? I don't think this was a visualization. I did not, for the record, whatever was above this blue line, I don't consider this visualization. I was trying to figure out what the answer was, and then got misled because I totally forgot K could be not on. In which case, it's kind of doomed. You want me to have a visualization with only like 5 things? You're trying to tell me I shouldn't have like a grid. Instead, I want something that's like... Yeah, I don't think the hints are... Well, okay, the hints are preventing me from doing things that don't work, but I don't think they're actually guiding me towards the thing that does work. Do I know one deltas? I feel like if I have... How can you write them? What? Have you figured out the big O of the answer? No. Maybe that would be a good thing to start with. Yeah, maybe I should figure out what the answer roughly is. Uh, okay, cool. Well, we'll do that instead. Um, what are the end states again? Even in the awkward thing, it's like 4, 3, 2, 1. Like as long as I invert most of the pairs. Like I'm just gonna not think about the rotation about it. Oh, I feel like the wait, the deltas. I mean, yes, I agree. Uh, recurrent facing things. Yeah, I think at this point I'm just going to like ignore the rotating altogether and like pray. I don't really know of it. I have no idea what the answer is. Like, okay, like. Maybe I should write the example that I had with 5 in this notation. So I needed to get it in 6 moves, right? Like the claim was I could do it in. Yeah, I think we just gotta ignore the rotation altogether. Or 6, 6, yeah, whatever it is. Like the point is the 5 trajectory goes like this, and the 4 trajectory goes like. It's not something along that. Okay, let me get it right. In wait. In the winnings, in the see, I have the oh, it is the yellow numbers. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, Jesus fuck. Yeah, yeah. I have the wrong highlight. I'm trying to figure out what the correct one is based on the example. Uh, yeah, the 5 should only swap once, right? Isn't yeah, now I'm confused again. What is wrong with my music player? It's just not playing. Yeah. Hello. Okay, let me actually write down the curve, the example again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2. Well, 2, 1. So we're gonna do a rotation free thing, and the goal is to end up with any. I'm just gonna go for any cyclic permutation for now because I don't see what's going on. But okay, what I should actually do is I should highlight the things that actually swap here. Right. Like, this one had a swap. This one had a swap. Oh, okay. First, second, then a swap. No swap, no swap. And then finally a swap at the end. Swap, 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 and swap. Okay, so if I can transcribe this stupid example correctly, which I'm not very confident right now that I'm doing that correctly. But the trajectories are like I should use different colors, right? Okay, so some of this it's kind of like some of the segments are actually being used, and the others are like, well, right, that's my best cartoon impression. Yeah. It does look like Mario Party, right, or something. Yeah, I'm just not even gonna. I'd be like, okay, great, we got a cyclic. Green, green, green. This is the 6-move construct, or 6.5 move, or whatever you want to call it. I think, if I didn't screw up. I mean, okay, it is also the 8 move in the sense that, you know, we could... Wait, hang on. What? No, what did I do? Is 2... the fuck? Well, I thought... Wait, hang on. What was the end state I was trying to get to? 4, 3, 2, 1, 5. There's a valid end state, right? Oh no, this is not a valid end state. Hang on. Shit. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. Sorry, this is David. Shit, this does, yeah, sorry, this is the A move. Sorry, I'm realizing now I never got the 6.5 move one correct, for that matter. So I should probably work that out first, right? Got it. Dude, I hate this. The first 3, 4, okay. Yeah. Yeah, for some I just screwed up the end states again, which is, I think, becoming the theme of this, and thought that the 8 move, the 6.5 move was the same as the start of the 8 move. I think I don't. Hang on, shit. I meant to highlight that. Yeah. Oh, combo. Right, okay, so where do I want the 5 to land? Hang on, I must no, just Shiba. Okay. I think I have to do some calculate. Like, if I was trying to actually do this right, I would do some calculation to figure out where the 5 is supposed to go and then work out exactly how to get it there. I really don't want to think about it. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I don't take this, then I have to take this. And then it's going to take a lot longer for the 1 to... Never mind. The 1 could just go... Hang on. Shit. 5. The 1... If the 5 ends up here, can I get the 1 there in time? No. The 5 ends up here. Can I get the 1? What if I don't use these? Because I don't have to think about wrapping around. Pray. Spit and prayers. I don't actually want to think about whether this is a valid ending configuration. I just want to get the 1 next to 5. Then the 4 ends up in the right place, right? Does 3 end up in the right place? I think 3 ends up in the right place. I think everything ends up in the right place. Right, because the 2 will end up going like that, and the 3 ends up going like... Oh, Lord. 3, 2, 1, 5, 4. That's rough. So, dude, do I even want to know? Trust. So stupid. Or we're just gonna now wrap around to make my head make things a little easier. So, like, the characteristic I think I see here is, like, you know, this actually just segments, which makes your life easier. So I can at least get a construction that takes around quadratic time, where they'll interlace and like whatever they interlace. So Let me. I need to remember how cycle decomposition of. Some crap like this, right? And then some of these things commute, by which I mean almost all of them. We don't. I mean, I don't even want to think about like what the actual runtime of this. It's like, you know, whatever. We can get it in like 3-ish rounds or however many it takes. I agree. The order of the swaps matters, but these two, like the 1, 2, and 3, they should commute if they don't touch. The transpositions commute if they don't talk to each other. I think. Also, is it 6? Is this like I just want to like not spend a 3-4 swap can follow a 1-2 swap. Yeah, I know. I was just swapping these two in the middle because I didn't want to wait a whole 2 full rounds before this thing. Anyway, okay. I have no idea what the actual runtime is. This is like, okay, what is this? This comes out to like... Okay, so the bottleneck is that I have like I need at least 3 full rounds because the 1, 2... for this construction, I need at least 3 full rounds. I'm just swapping 3, 4 the first time. God, okay, all my instincts about transpositions are not great. Because the minimum number of transpositions you need to reverse a permutation on k letters is actually exactly this triangular number, but the problem is that our objective function isn't the triangular number, it's like the number of different rounds. And now I have to think what the order... Oh, Lord. It's definitely faster if I do it this way, right? Wait, hang on. I thought the minimum number of Oh, I'm not even right about the minimum number of transpositions. That is assuming the transpositions are different, and that's not what I'm doing here. Or something? Wait, hang on. How does this Bruhat shit work? Hello, hey, did you study arithmetic geometry? Not really. I think I'm like supposed to know a little bit, and I don't actually know very much. Hey, Lamau. Dude, what is this do? Okay, this is 2 rounds, and then I can fit the other one in 2 rounds as well. This is so stupid. What am I doing? Yeah, I agree it's the same number of transpositions. Or, yeah. Maybe what yeah. Yeah. I want to just pray that this cycles the correct way or something. Like, I think what's happening is that you want to think about the process as just the permutation where you want to get like a cycle, well, not cycle, or what a cyclic permutation of the reversed one, and then you comment that, look, in the equality case, I don't need to spend much extra time. What'd you say in AlgGeom for studying number theory? So I am not good at algebraic geometry. Let me start with that. I got up to around the definition of an affine scheme, and then they started doing Shifuku homology when I was reading for Kiona. That around then was just like, okay, I don't think I could keep following. So my advisor went out of his way to pick a project for me that did not involve having to do a lot of stuff on arithmetic geometry. So for me, surprisingly little. For people who are actually competent, you probably want to know a lot. Yeah, okay. Well, anyways, oh, okay, now I have a guess what's going to happen in the general situation, which is that I don't even with this framework and with like saying that I only need to get a I see why you're worried about mod 4 now, but it turns out to not matter is what you said. Okay, I just need to figure out what the general... I figure out how to generalize the even one, I need to figure out how to generalize the odd one. Oh, Shiba, wait, hang on. Wait, what happened here? It's like we just did it anyway. I mean, this just starts later, right? I don't really care as long as it fits within 4 rows. Dude, help. Eh? Maybe? I think this ends up in the right place. No, it totally does not. Despite the fact that it has the right number of root. No, wait, no. Hang on. Where was I trying to go? Also, I wrote the wrong thing at the bottom like an idiot. No, it's a freaking miracle. Everything landed in the right place. Shoot. Dude, what a miracle. Oh no. Okay, I mean... Well, I mean, at this point I've been confirmed that this is basically the right thing to do, and then I have to... What do you mean stop? I barely... Like, how long has it been? Okay, let's see. I started this problem at... I didn't check the marker. Dude, an hour is just not that long. Like, 2 hours is a little long because I'm, like, trying to also pretend to be, like, a, streamer, which I guess I am. Commentate, but, like, I don't know. I feel like an hour is just not that long to think about a math problem. You get used to it. The actual answer is that you build up. Like, if you are plugged into, like, a contest system, then, like, over time, yeah, over time, the contests have, like, longer time limits and fewer problems. So you just get used to spending more time on problems. You just, I don't know. You just gotta be patient. Like, the reason I work on the problems is because they bug me. Like, it's just like, alright, I want to know what's going on, kind of thing, right? Like, it's less than the length of a movie. Anyways, where was I? Okay, I totally believe this construction is optimal now because engineers induction. So, yeah. Do I want to show it's optimal? Not really, honestly. Uh... But okay, I don't actually see how you do this even in. Okay, maybe I see how you can do it in principle. Right, because the number. How dense are these rows? Like, I can't just bound it by the number of inversions, right? When you don't get ideas, I mean. Okay, let me give a proper answer to that question, because that question is actually kind of useful to talk about. When you first start out, and you're doing problems for which like the time limit is on the order of like 10 minutes or something, it's kind of like you either have the idea in the time limit or you don't. As you start doing more difficult problems where it's the time limits are longer enough, one of the skills that you need to start learning how to do is to like not. There's kind of a thing where you can think about methods that you think will solve the problem. It's like, okay, I see a problem. It's like I try to apply so-and-so theorem or apply so-and-so strategy and theme or whatever, and see if that ends up in the solution. And then there's other things you can start learning how to do, which is learning how to. Actually, you know what? Sorry, let me just link a blog post instead of explaining it badly. Yeah, well, also for this particular problem, I got hinted like hell. I think the issue with this problem was that I just like proved something that was wrong, which was that the lower bound for was 8 moves for n equals 5, because I forgot that k could be even, and that just completely changed things. And basically, what happened is the reason this really unnatural thing is okay is because it turns out that when you're proving the bound, from what I've gathered, you actually only care that the ending state is a cyclic permutation of the descending one, and then you comment that it happens to be achievable by this miraculous construction. And so, because I had missed out on that and gotten the wrong interpretation, I wasn't going to solve the problem even if I spent more time on it. Like, someone actually needed to tell me, dude, you actually, this is not correct. Like, maybe eventually I would have gone back and checked my work, but by that time I would have run out of time if this was an actual contest. Yeah, it really, not making mistakes is useful even for long time limit contests. It's not useful advice, because if I tell someone don't make mistakes, it's not like they're going to suddenly make fewer. But it is pragmatically true that your score will increase a lot if you make fewer mistakes. I think if I had known that the objective, and maybe I'm not sure if I would have realized this without hints. I think I might have, just because the end state is so unnatural. But if I had realized that the equality case matched the bound that you got for any cyclic permutation of the descending one, I might have been able to figure out this is what you're supposed to do. I'm not really sure. We'll never know now because I'm spoiled. But I think for me, the thing that surprises me most about the problem is that you don't actually care that you end up specifically at like that descending permutation, but that any cyclic permutation is okay, and the problem is just set up so that it happens that the bound you get with the weaker time limit matches the actual thing. Now, anyways, as for not getting stuck, it is just something you get better at over time. Like, you eventually need to start doing things that will give you more information about the problem, even if they don't end up in the solution. That's all the that's what all the soft techniques in the blog post I'm talking about is. Like, things like, okay, I'm going to try this example, and from this example I'm going to rule out a bunch of methods. Or like, I'm going to try to delete this hypothesis and see what the problem feels like, and see if that gives me any new ideas. Or like, I tried this thing and it didn't work, but I'm going to think about why this specific thing didn't work. And so and of course all of these is something you learn over time. It's not something that I can teach you in a day. But anyways, okay. Yeah. back to the actual problem. How do I prove any sort of... So how do I prove a bound for any sort of cyclic thing? It's kind of like however 9 goes and however 1 goes. Okay, actually that's the bound. I think that's just the bound, really. It's just like... if you look at specifically like 1 and 9, or really any two numbers... let me delete this highlight because I don't really care about it. It gives you a bound on the number of rows, right? Here, and then here. Maybe I don't want to look at 1 and 9. Maybe I should look at like... This bound's off by just a little bit because I don't get the last row. I think I'm going to be off by linear term. 1 and 9 don't swap. Oh shit, yeah, they could also just swap. Oh crap. Yeah, HMIC. You should have... Well, I don't know where else you submitted it to, but like... Well, I probably shouldn't ask you to comment on that. Just for the record, I think there are a lot of longer contests for which this problem might have been a better fit. Okay, so how do I get the bound? Like, I want the number... I need a bound that's in terms of the number of rounds. So I do, like, kind of want to look... Let's say number of rows, okay? We're going to call them rows so that I don't... Which is better, solving a bunch of problems or learning how to... That's... The useless answer to your question is that you want to maximize the amount you learn from. So it's kind of this product thing where like you have a number of problems that you've done and the amount of time you spend thinking about it. So you don't want to be at either... When you have the product of two things, you really want both of them to not be very close to 0, because if either of them is 0, it kills the curve. That's not practically useful. Practically speaking, if you do whatever feels interesting to you, that will probably be a better barometer than any advice I can give you right now. Like, the reason that when all these advice questions, I tell people, like, do whatever feels interesting is not because I'm just trying to be like, you should have fun. It's just, I don't have any better solution. Like, no one has convinced me that there's any better barometer for, like, what you should be studying than whatever looks interesting. People talk about all these study plans or whatever all the time, and I just look at them, I don't feel like this is better than just doing whatever's interesting. And that's in part because learning isn't... My sentiment is that the learning process is different enough from person to person that if you try to copy someone else, it's worse than if you just did whatever you felt like. And I can't prove it, because none of these things are subject to anything remotely resembling controlled studies. But... yeah. One day, once we have enough people who are willing to be guinea pigs, when we can start doing controlled studies and learning a little bit more. I think that day might be very far in the future. But, here. I'm gonna link you an XKCD, okay? Strategy A. How do I link to the actual... yeah, double blind. Oh, yeah. From the others, a double blind. Yeah, like... It is possible that doing whatever you feel like is not optimal in, like, the very strictest sense but I'm not convinced that there's a better, like, there's a way to find, like, whatever. In so much as, even if you believe that there's, like, you know, an exact optimal strategy for you, I'm not convinced that the time cost of finding it is better than just doing, like, do whatever you feel like. Do whatever you feel like just works really well as a heuristic, because you'll automatically do the things that interest you. And also, you automatically don't have to deal with, like, if you're interested in something, you don't need as much self-discipline to make yourself do it. Anyways, sorry. That's. I mean, I still haven't figured out how to get a bound yet. Yeah, I shouldn't look at 9 and 1. Should I look at 1 and 6? They need to shift. Oh, 1 and 6 is not good because they start the correct distance apart. Um. Well, okay. Maybe I don't want to look at distance, and I want to just look at. But see, I want to bound in terms of the number of rows, right? So, I feel like it's easier to get a bound for that if I look at the total distance traveled or something by a single element. You want me? Yeah, n quarters might be. Okay, so I could try to do something like the. Oh, I think that might actually work. Which is like you look at the element that travels the longest distance from its starting point, and that gives you a bound on the number of rounds. And you can do this because my end state is a cyclic permutation, and so I mean, just you look at all the possible cycles. I mean, it doesn't even matter. It's just like some number will end up about half from where it was supposed to start. I think that just has to be true, right? Like if I. I mean, like the reason 9 and 1 is bad is because it could happen that 9 and 1. Yeah. So that will give you the right. So some number should end up about half from where it started, and that will give you the correct thing that matches because per row the number can move only once. In fact, I only want to show. I just need to show there should be at least one extra row, and that can be done because the set of. Ah, crap. No. Okay, well, this number and this stupid number. And then I want to... Do I need to do some parity crap to show that there's like one more row on top of that? I think I need to do some parity thing as well. Yeah, I do need to actually use the fact that the thing is odd. And then... Alright, okay. Okay. I can see where this is going, and I think I could work it out if I really sat down. I don't think I could work it out quickly. I think if I tried to actually work it out, it would take about the time limit of the competition, minus the amount of time it took me to get here to begin with. But I think at this point I have all the key ideas, which is that your bound is obtained by looking at the element that travels the longest, plus some details, and the upper bound is obtained by relaxing the condition to any cyclic permutation at the end. Sorry, for the bound. So that you don't have to have the numbers rotate. And then the construction is like, oh, look, this actually just works amazingly. Okay. So this is cool. This is a very impressive construction. It's like, wow, this construction just barely, everything fits exactly in place. I see what you're saying. I think I'm impressed with just getting the construction in the sense that I don't think, maybe the big hint should be that even K is so awkward. I don't think I would have actually seriously believed that you can relax the end condition to any cyclic permutation of the thing. construction. Wait, I feel like this construction. Okay. I agree there's stuff to be checked, but I don't think it should be hard, right? It's like first you check that this is indeed a way to represent this, then that's okay. And then you have to check that the like amount of time that it took matched up with the bound that you want. Which, okay, that does require some work. That's fair. Okay, yes, but you know that our students aren't especially good at writing things, right? They just want to say they solved the problem and not check the details. Like, that's what I'm doing right now, although my excuse is that I want to stream. If I could... yeah. No, I mean, this is why people, like, you remember that TST problem from, like, a year-ish ago, where there's, like, this geometric inequality thing going on inside, like, the stupid Roblox triangle or whatever, right? And, like, the people who are writing it was trivial or didn't check it, right? Like, there's some wishful thinking going on. Where like, oh, this seems like it should be easy, so I'm going to just write that it's easy. And then it turns out when you actually press them, they can't prove it. I mean, it's just... When you're under time pressure, that's just how it is. Like, he's like, I think I could do this, and but I have a lot of pressure, and I'm just going to write that. I don't think it's that... I mean, and it isn't hard, but there is stuff to go on, and it takes time to dig into it, and you're on a timer. So... The story of the Polish conception was that I was at the concert. So actually, the question I'm most interested about for how you came up with the problem is whether your original idea involved the cyclic part or not. Like, yeah, I can imagine a world where you come up with a problem of like, okay, because I think the problem statement actually is pretty natural if you think of it as the thing with the twisting. It just doesn't happen to fit this construction, and that's why you need the awkward thing about the K. And I can also imagine you have this idea like, okay, I just want to swap, the picture that in my head solve is this one, where the numbers don't move around. And I think the thing I'm most curious about is like, when you were like thinking of this idea, whether your picture was rotating or not. Okay, alright, that's good to know. Because I was head solving. That's fair. Right, okay, so your picture looked like this. I guess that's what I was going at. Yeah, because I can also imagine a world where someone just, like, thinks about the problem of, like, I'm going to move two things at the end and maybe swap them. Because I think that statement is actually quite natural. And then to get from there to this problem, one way you can imagine coming up with it is you find this construction and it almost works except for the fact that you end up like one off from where you're hoping to. And then you like hack the statement with the even K or whatever so that this construction does go through. But the other is just I'm trying to, I have a tableau like this and I'm making swaps in sequence and just want to see what I can get, and then yeah. Okay, yeah, that is good. Yeah, this construction is really cool. Oh man. It's like everything fit. Everything lined up exactly the way it should have.